Hi, I'm Brooke.
And I'm Hope.
And this is the Bookish and Bubbly podcast. So we were just talking about how we could start an OnlyFans and that could be our Patreon paywall. And I'm sure we'd get a lot of hits. And it just got me thinking about, again, I need to get on Foot Finder. I could pay my mortgage with that. No one would know.
Let me see your feet.
No, they're really gross.
Let us see them.
No. I wore socks for this reason, you know. I wore socks because I didn't want anyone seeing my piggies. They look really bad. I don't. My feet are just normal feet.
Here's the thing. There's always going to be someone out there who has worse feet than you.
That's such a good
Unless
point.
you're the one who has the worst,
I have all my toes.
That's a great point.
They're all there. And if I had a pedicure, they'd look probably pretty good.
Yeah.
They look like normal feet.
Yeah.
No, nothing like grotesque.
No.
But also, I bet grotesque sells on there. Could you imagine? What if you had it's like someone searches no piggies, no piggy toe. Pinky toe is what I meant.
No piggies.
No piggies. It's just
the
stomp. Block of cheddar.
How did we get on this?
I brought it up.
Of course.
Yeah. That's how it always happens.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like I'm not opposed to it.
I'm not either. I don't know what Mitchell's problem is. Good God.
We should probably bring him on and talk about it and see what the hesitations are. Because if it's just your feet.
Mitchell, you're invited on the pod to talk about Foot Finders. Just that.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
No.
You have a little hair. I don't think you would be able to see it on the video, but in case, I would be mad if you didn't tell me about something like my bald spot. Looks great. Looks beautiful.
Hey,
it looked great before.
Thanks.
Hey, you have a bald spot.
I promise. That's not what I was going to say. You forgot to clap.
Fuck! Hold on. Mm-hmm. That'll get him. Thank you. Mm-hmm. You reminded me last time too. I'm not gonna be able to stay under this, so there will be some
There's gonna be
action.
a feet finder.
Okay.
I have to answer this text really quick.
Absolutely sinking into this couch.
1 second. I'm so sorry because I didn't answer.
Can you?
I didn't answer my mom for too long, and she's starting to panic.
Uh-oh.
1 moment.
Can I actually? I don't know if she has my number. Could I call her real quick and be like, I have your daughter?
She would literally die. She would just drop dead. Or she'd be
That's a pretty good voice that I just did, by the way.
Yeah.
That didn't sound like me at all.
She'd be like, Brooke?
Yeah, probably. I need tattoos. Do you ever get that itch? You just need that. I mean, we've talked about it so many times. Sorry, you're texting your mom. Get back to me about the tattoos once you're done.
Yeah, I always feel the need. I'm like, I need my star tattoos for my guitar.
Yeah.
All the time. I need a butterfly.
Yeah.
I've seen people do their maiden name, even though it's still my name. In their, don't laugh because it's going to get serious.
That's cute.
In their dad's handwriting.
Now it's heartbreaking.
So I feel like I need that. There's several things, but I hate
cute.
needles. But I want to do it. We have to go get our ACOTAR tattoos together.
Really, if I had it my way, I'd have a lot of tattoos. I'd have.
You would? A
lot.
sleeve?
Yeah, probably.
Why'd that turn off?
It's the screensaver. I updated the computer and that's the screensaver. It's those trees. It's kind of peaceful. It's like Twilight.
It is. I did like the other one though. That was kind of dragon scale-y looking.
I know when it goes like that.
Yeah.
I know.
I used to sit here and watch it.
You
would be talking and I'd be like.
And be zoning out because I talk so long. It reminds me, that's so funny. So you think dragon scales my mind went to the cilia in your digestive system that help move food along. That's what I thought.
Okay.
Anatomy and physiology.
Cool.
Very cool. Okay. I just thought I was flashing everyone my belly too. So again, that's going to be behind a paywall.
Okay.
Wait, but yeah,
What?
I want to be tatted up.
Oh,
I
yeah.
want so many
You
tattoos.
said sleeves.
I don't know. Because, like, committing to a whole sleeve, I could never commit to a whole
I
sleeve.
think it was like flowers.
Yes.
I think
but,
that would be
like,
pretty.
what if I don't love the style? Like, I think what I would rather do is a bunch of, like, maybe smaller pieces that kind of make up a sleeve. And then later I could get maybe stuff to kind of fill it in. I had this thought the other day, and I'm sure this is not original, but to do, like, a sleeve of, like, books, my favorite books. But, like, obviously not literal
Just the
books.
covers?
Just the covers of my books. Just, like, something special from each book that I just, like, I'm in love with.
Yeah.
Just something small, just to remember it by.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought of that, and I was like, because those mean so much to me, those stories. And obviously stuff that means things. But I was like...
I'm picturing like a bookshelf.
No, not that. Like, I'm trying to think.
Okay, like the worm from Akatar.
Perfect. Okay, this, and not this, but a lobster for like Happy Place. But like something like that. I'm not getting a lobster.
A lobster and a worm.
Shut up. But like something like that. Like from the book that like, it doesn't even need to be like a big outstanding part of the book, but just like something that I can remember it by personally.
A yellow banana boat.
Which brings us to our episode title, One Golden Summer. Okay.
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 Oh, Lord.
Lordy Lord.
What did you rate this book?
I finished this today at...
Oh, I beat you.
Yeah, you did. I don't know, this afternoon, probably at like 4:30 or something. I haven't rated it yet, but let me think.
4:30?
Yeah.
And you haven't rated it yet?
I just finished it and then I was like doing stuff and I just haven't thought about it, but it's a 5. So,
Absolutely a 5.
yeah.
This book was so good.
I really liked it. It was really good.
So good.
I feel like it helps. Okay, so obviously this is the sequel to Every Summer After, which we love. It's one of our favorites.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Did you read it before Every Summer After again?
I did.
Okay. I did too. But you didn't read the other one because that has nothing to do with it.
Mm-mm.
I wanted to just for like solidarity, you know, in the
Carley Fortune. You still can.
I might. But
do you think you'd ever reread Meet Me at the Lake? I feel like I might, just because I feel like I need to give it another shot.
Yeah.
I know. But
maybe I'll take it on vacation and read both of those. See what I think.
You could. Do you have... Wait, pause. Do you have a vacation...
Pause.
Do you have a vacation, like, TBR?
No, that's what I was going to work on this evening.
Yes.
And then I got a call from Brooke and you were like, hey, I'm on my way now.
Guys, this is big news. We stopped. The kids are not napping anymore as of like yesterday and today. And I literally got to leave the house and it was still bright outside. Ooh. The kids have been going to bed at like 9:30. Not great.
No.
Not great. But now we can like have more time together.
Yes.
And maybe then it won't be as tiring.
Yeah.
Because we won't be here at 11 p.m. cranking out episodes.
Yeah.
We did wait a really long time to start this tonight. We need to be better at that.
We really do.
Like the second I walk in, we're recording.
Hit record.
Right now. Anyways.
We really got sidetracked.
Wait.
What?
If you could think about your TBR list, let's hear it. Everybody wants to know that.
See, that's what I don't know. I don't have it in my head. Like, okay. I'm like, I need some good... I just need good books. Okay. So obviously you guys are not going to see this before, but like,
that's true.
If you have some ideas, I would appreciate them.
Well, I don't know when, this is not a vacation book, but I don't know when you're going to want to read One Dark Window.
Probably when I get back.
Okay. So yeah, just kidding. Okay. I don't really have any.
Thank you.
I'm trying to think. all the ones that I would say you probably already read them.
You're probably
and
right.
Then some of the ones
I might take the other Carley Fortune books.
You should.
And reread those.
Are you just going to take your Kindle with you?
Yeah, I'm going to do both.
You're going to bring books? Oh,
Yeah.
you're driving.
I'm going to bring some books. When you're packing a suitcase, my favorite thing is to lay a couple books on top.
Yeah.
You know? You're packing
That's lovely.
books. So when you open it, you don't just see your underwear. You see some books.
That does sound nice. I just started reading for the first time. I just learned how to read in 2023.
Yeah.
And so I haven't been on vacation since 2019. So
do you want to come?
Yeah. Don't say that. I'll come. And so I haven't been in a reading thing. My reading book I would bring to every vacation is Skin by Ted Decker.
You've said this before.
And it is the most mangled copy of that book.
Do you still have it?
Yeah. It's upstairs, yeah. So I would love to read that book again because I think it's a crazy book.
I've never even heard of it.
Yeah. You've heard of Ted Decker, I'm sure. He wrote that house book. It was I feel like I don't know if he still writes books anymore, but back when we were in middle school, he was a big deal in the Christian community.
Ted Decker.
Even though that house book he wrote with Frank Peretti is fucking wild. It's wild. I should go back and read that and be I can't believe I read this in middle school.
These look scary.
Yeah, they're kind of scary.
Skin
is the one that I read.
I feel
there's a serial killer in it. But then it's a simulation. Ooh, big spoiler. A huge spoiler. Okay, if you haven't read Skin by Ted Decker yet, that came out in probably 2000. I think we're fine. But that book I would read every single year. It was actually, I'm thinking about it and I want to reread that. I forgot I used to read that every year for vacation.
Okay.
Or I'd start it.
Should read it.
Yeah. But I was reading that back in 6th grade.
Yeah.
I probably took it every year on vacation.
Wow.
It was my vacation book.
The last trip I went on, I think I read 5 or 6 books. It was amazing.
Well, you can read one book in a setting, which truly is how you should experience a book.
Yeah.
Because it's you're in that world for that time, which is part of the reason why I love reading and listening to the book, because you don't leave the world. You're sitting there I really have to do the dishes right now, or I really have to go to the bathroom right now. Well, I just take my book with me, but something where you have to get up, you can't be sitting and reading. Pop those bad boys into your ears, listen to it, carry on from where you left off. Also, okay, this is a big life hack for everybody. It's not really a life hack at all because you have to pay a bunch of money. Okay. If you have a Kindle book or Kindle Unlimited and the Audible book, it will pick up where you left off in either one.
Oh.
So if you've listened to...
That's cool.
It's very cool. They'll keep... But that's because it's both Amazon, which we don't really necessarily want to support Mr. Bezos a ton. He has more money than... Isn't he the richest person in the world? I don't know. It's disgusting.
Can you imagine being...
I think about it all the time.
You're that was me. I am the richest one.
I'd be doing quite a bit of different things than him.
Yeah.
But
we've gotten so sidetracked with this. It's fine. It's okay.
For me, I like it when podcasts do this.
Okay.
And this is our podcast. You don't like it.
No, I like when I'm listening back, I'm in the conversation because I'm ooh, ooh, ooh.
Yeah.
But I feel
yeah. No,
I'm did we finish anything we talked about, or did we just keep jumping?
Tattoos, the Finder, Ted Decker, vacation.
We rated the book.
Now we can go back to the book.
Vacation.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Back to One Golden Summer. Perfect. I loved it.
Yeah. I have literally no complaints. There was one thought I had during it.
Okay.
So should we do a quick recap first?
I'm trying to think of how we should talk about it. Making sure it's still recording. I'm just trying to think about how we should talk about it with Every Summer After. Should we recap Every Summer After and then talk about it? No. Just like basically.
We do also have an episode on Every Summer After.
Well, that's a great point, Hope. You could go back and listen to it. What an amazing idea.
But Charlie is Sam's brother.
Yes.
So it's a continuation. We started to talk about this.
Yeah.
It's a continuation of the story.
Yeah. He was a big part of that story because that was Percy cheated. Well,
Percy slept with Sam's brother.
Yeah. Which is so
I'm
wild.
I'm still not mad, though, like, at him.
I'm not mad at him more than anybody else in the situation. Because Percy didn't need to do that.
No.
But I also get why she was so pissed. I would have also thought I was being broken up with.
Yeah.
And she's also, 17 or something? Or 8. I don't know. She's probably 18. Consent. And then Sam was being a dickhead.
Yeah.
So Charlie was just like, yeah. And he talks about it in this book, which I know we're kind of leaping forward, but that he thought he was in love with her.
Yeah.
So
that was
I thought so. Based on him, I didn't think he was just farting around. I didn't think he was fucking around.
Like, I thought he like loved her. Like just as a person.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have said like in love.
Yeah.
And then was also like very flirty and, into her too. But when he said like, I thought I was in love with you, I was like, whoa, Charles.
I guess I saw that summer in that summer because in that summer I was like, I need to hear about Charlie's story.
Yes.
Because we're talking about in Every Summer After, the summer where Sam left or whatever. And then she was by herself because I don't even think her parents were there. For some reason, I think they were back.
Yeah.
She was by herself, I think. And then Charlie would go out with her every morning and he kind of kicked her ass and was like, hey, you're doing the swim again. Mm-hmm. And he was so like supportive and kind and also like would tell her to like suck it up when she needed that too. Yeah. And I was like, oh, wait, I love him. I mean, I liked him the whole book, but then I was like, fell in love with him during that summer. To me, it seemed like, he was really into her. And he kept saying like to Sam, like, you're so dumb right now.
I get what you're saying.
I don't know. Like I feel like a lot of people feel like that was just like, he's just a playboy. He just has sex with everybody. Mm-hmm. I didn't feel like that's what that was with Percy.
Yeah.
At the time. Anyways.
Yeah.
So obviously big part of the Every Summer After book. So then I was very interested to see how she was going to do this story because most books are about mainly the female main character.
Yeah.
And we didn't get Charlie's chapters, which I didn't like, but we didn't in Every Summer After either.
Yeah. I guess I didn't notice it where it was like lacking to me.
I didn't think it was lacking. Yeah. No. And honestly, in this one, I'm glad we didn't get his chapters because we would have known about like his heart surgery and stuff.
Yeah.
And that would have like taken everything.
Yeah.
That would have like, I wouldn't have wanted to know about that the whole time.
At first I was like, I swear to God, when you started to like get little snippets of like, oh, something's wrong with Charlie. I was like, I swear to God, if this is cancer, we're done.
You thought it was?
In the back of my head, I was like, no, like Sam's a cardiologist. Their dad had heart problems. Yeah. But I'm like, I swear to God.
So that's what I saw. I said, I'm so mad because it was like 2 weeks after his surgery. Yeah. I was like, so I thought he's going to have a major heart attack and it's going to be super traumatic. Yeah. And then he's going to be rushed to the hospital. They're going to think he's dead.
Yeah. So you texted me and you were like, oh my gosh, I spoiled it for myself. And so when I started to hear like he had health problems, I'm like, he's dying.
You think?
I don't know why I thought that.
If I found out he was dead, I would say something. I'd be like, by the way, I don't know if we should do this book because he fucking dies.
I don't know. I just went to like worst case scenario.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
By the way, if anyone ever wants to know what to recommend us, specifically me, never recommend me a book where it's not a happily ever after or someone dies, like the main characters.
Don't put me down for that either.
Don't put me down for cardio. No interest in them not ending up together. Have you ever read a book where they don't end up together?
1,000 Boy Kisses.
Wait, I forgot. Yeah. Pass. Huge pass. Wait, that's
I still think about
fucking
it every day.
crazy. I forgot.
What? I mean, like,
I forgot about
they're
that.
together until they're not, but
But I just said both of those boxes were checked on
I
the things to
know.
not read about.
I think about that book daily, though.
That'll get you.
Yeah.
I would actually, well, that's not true. I would maybe love to read a book where it's it's a really good that they're not together at the end or something. Like, I would have to be a really good recommendation.
Yeah.
Like, I know you talked about Happy Place. You thought like they weren't going to get together. Like that.
Yeah, I could have seen it.
Yeah.
Like, just being like a retelling of their story with closure.
So to me,
That would
I
have
feel like
sucked.
that would have sucked so bad. Also, it's like even a romance. I guess if the whole thing is about the romance and they don't end up, it's still a romance.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I always think it's funny, like, how authors always write, like, it's a happily ever after, or, like, it'll be, like, HEA for happily ever after.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've never, other than 1,000 Boy Kisses, I haven't read that one, but, like,
I'm trying to think of all the books I've read.
I've never read one where they don't end up together because that would piss me off. I would talk so much about how much that pissed me off.
Yeah. I can't think of any other ones.
Yeah. And I don't really want that.
No. Unless one dies. Tilly. No, not Tilly. That's the
Me
author.
Poppy, or whatever.
Poppy Man.
Poppy Man. Me Poppy, I said.
It's so sad. So beautiful. I don't want to talk about it.
Anyways. So Charlie. Okay. Alice and Charlie. Wait,
Yes.
do we do a summary? Why don't you do one? I always do it.
Okay.
Do you remember though? You
I
just
do.
said I
Hop
don't know
in
what
whenever you
happened.
want. No, this happens every time we go to record. I'm
I
like,
know.
what did I read?
I do that too.
Oh my
On my way
gosh.
here, I said, I just finished this 2
Yes.
hours ago, but what was that
Yes.
about?
Okay, so we have Alice and we have Charlie. Alice is and we have Alice's grandmother. Alice's grandmother is not doing well,
Man.
but they she used to live and stay up at the cottage at Barry's Bay. And so Alice is like, I want to make her feel better. She's really struggling.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take her up there. So she rents a cottage from her grandmother's old friend.
Yep.
And immediately starts getting messages from Charlie because John, is it John?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. John kind of enlists Charlie to like help get the cottage ready for her grandma and like be a support to Alice.
Mm-hmm.
And he's immediately flirty, like right off the bat.
Hello?
He just coming in like Charlie does. I love Charlie.
Oh my God. Right off the bat.
Yeah. How would you, like, I would be giddy.
I know. And she was like so annoyed on the phone.
There's no way you would actually be annoyed.
No. Like on the phone my favorite was like, she was starting like, hey, by the way, I need all this stuff done.
Yeah.
He's like, hi, how are you?
Yeah.
She's like, good. So like I was saying, or what, like, and he was like, no.
He's like, I'm good. Thanks.
I'm good. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah. And like, just ripping her a new one right off the bat, giving her shit. I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my
they
gosh.
go up to Barry's Bay. They're staying there, and her and Charlie just like form like a friendship, but obviously they're very flirty. She's like, oh wait, I think I like him.
She just like, a lot of the story is her also just figuring herself out.
Yeah.
So she's always doing stuff for everybody else. She's like so worried about her grandma.
Yeah.
Grandma's
Her career's not
"Leave
doing
the
well."
fuck, leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah.
And yeah, her career's not, she's a photographer and she's basically a people pleaser, and she always like just does stuff for other people. And like at the beginning, she was doing a shoot for like a magazine, and it was like women in swimsuits, and like it was really fun. They were having a great time, and like the shots were so beautiful. And she was supposed to not do like any edits basically, except like blemishes and stuff. And then she's like, actually also take the cellulite out. And she's like, no, that's not what we agreed to. But anyways, stuff like that, where she's like, it doesn't feel like her true self. And then she's also been asked to be in a show for her like mentor, I think.
Yeah.
I forgot who Elise was, but I'm going to call her a mentor.
Yeah.
And it's a picture that she does not like.
Yeah.
Like, she took it, but she wanted a different shot to be the cover of whatever magazine it was. But instead, it's like this one that somebody else picked.
Yeah.
And she didn't like it. And she's like, I don't want that to be me and my image going forward, is that picture. I want it to be this one because of these reasons. And like more emotional and more depth behind everything. And she always goes back to the one Golden Summer picture.
Which is Charlie.
Yes. I love that prologue.
Yeah.
The prologue where she's like, takes it out and I'm like, and it's, I have chills. It's like Charlie, Sam, and Percy in the banana boat or whatever. And it's just like, it's just that it was like her first shot that she took that she like was in love with. And anyways, so this whole time she is trying to get back to that summer. So she visited her grandma like for 2 months, one summer when she was like 17. And she wanted to be, she makes a list for herself and wants to be like, basically live her 17-year-old fantasy and like be brave, be bold, be confident, figure out what she wants, like giving her an excuse to like make bad art, like stuff like that. Cause she's, I feel like very much a perfectionist and like wants everything done a certain way. So basically finding out like it's a summer of self-discovery and like, I don't know, letting down her walls. Like she always has her hair perfectly pinned straight and like, she doesn't like her natural hair. And like, she got out of this big relationship and he just was like, yeah, I don't, whatever. And I don't even remember why they broke up. He
was like, are you actually happy? Like, you don't really make me happy.
Yeah.
It was just like done. And then he was like engaged.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yes.
When she thought they were it. I loved her story because I feel like, so it talked a lot about how she took that picture, but she always wanted to like get invited out with them. Like she always looked at the three of them, even though she didn't know them. And she was like, I really want that.
Yes.
And so this story, she was able to come out of herself, but also like to get what she wanted back then.
Yes.
It was such a layered story.
I loved so much that we got to see Sam and Percy in this story. And like that it was, because a lot of like sequels are really just focused on the two. So I loved that they were a big part of her whole like her story because of that picture. Like she wanted to be a part of that. I loved that so much.
And then Charlie on top of it. A smoke show, like physically and like personality wise. Literally no complaints.
I think he's probably, I'm trying to think of other book boyfriends. He's
close.
Probably the top.
Yes.
I mean,
just like his quick-witted
he's probably the
always
hottest
the confidence.
Person. Oh, he's so confident.
And just like always knows exactly what to say.
Yeah.
When like she would push him away, he'd be like, no.
Yeah. Oh, pass.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Charlie. I love him. Like I was drooling over these pages.
Yes.
Literally
wanted
drooling.
it to keep going and going and going.
Like every time he would talk, it was something flirty or quick-witted. I'm just like, like, take me now. I don't know. I love him so much.
I do too.
Oh my God.
So as they're like getting closer and stuff, you start seeing these little things of like his like worried face or like a comment, and you're like, what's going on with Charlie? Like we said, he ends up having to have heart surgery.
Yep.
It was like this big thing. He tries to push her away, and then she's like, pass.
Yes.
We're not doing this.
I loved that.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was like they were exactly what each other needed. Like they brought out the best of each other, but then when they tried to like push each other away, they were like, no.
Actually, no, I'm not going to. Yeah.
Perfect.
It was
actual perfection.
Yeah.
My one thought, I had a thought in the middle of it, and I was like, what are we doing here? Like plot wise, I'm like, where are we going with this? Like they're just kind of like hanging out. I'm like, what are they working towards? But I'm like, actually, I don't care.
Yeah.
Because I'm enjoying the story so much.
Yeah. So to me, the like middle part, he sees her list when she has made this list. And it's stuff like it doesn't matter. I don't need to go into the list. You read it.
A little summer bucket list.
Yes. The 17-year-old summer bucket list, which I just loved, by the way. And he sees it like right at the beginning. And she's always like she's always messing up right in front of him. So like the first time they meet, first time they talk, he's like, yeah, by the way, hi, how are you? And then the second time they talk, or the second interaction, was his note to her. And he said in grave detail all the things he had done to the house. And also, send me a picture of yourself. And she does it.
Yes.
Oh! And then she sees him at the store.
Yeah. And she's like a lumberjack.
Goes, whoa.
And he drives a Porsche.
Yes. And she's like, but she like, they mess up the cucumbers or whatever. Like the cucumbers go flying.
Yeah.
And then she wrecks the boat. And it's like all these things. And it's all like, I think that helped her put her guard down because he's seen her in all these situations. And she normally, I feel like, does not let people in at all. And like normally needs to be like prim and proper, this perfect person. But like he already has seen her like mess up so many times, and she's like, honestly, whatever. And then she could be her real self and be like annoyed at him, even though who in God's name would be annoyed at him? But that's fine. But she got to be her true self with him,
with her curls.
Yes, with her curls. And I loved that. So then I feel like she suggested that they do the bucket list together, or was it him? I cannot remember. Or he kept bringing it up.
Didn't he say like, oh, I can help you with that?
He always would say that. I just wasn't sure if like later. That was just later. Yeah. He said, I'm going to help you with the list. Yeah. And so then they do. That's like their goal for the summer. And to me, it felt like where you said something like, what are we doing here? But I loved it. It felt like they were just doing the bucket list.
Yeah.
And they just, we find out Charlie really needed this summer for many reasons, but they both, like, she was like becoming a bolder person. She was becoming like letting her walls down. She was becoming herself. Yeah. And Charlie was, dealing with stuff with his dad. Like, this is the year his dad died, the same age. And then also knowing that he has this big surgery after the summer. Yeah. So he's dealing with those, and he just needed to take his mind off of that and be 17 again. And then, but I genuinely think they both were not, they were lying to themselves like near the end, but I genuinely think they both just wanted to have fun. Yeah. They really did. Because I feel like inside her mind, she was not like, but I actually really like him. I don't like later. Yeah. But I don't know if that makes sense. Basically, I felt like they both were just focused on the now in the summer and just having fun, just doing those things.
I feel like she said I think I really like him more for sure.
Oh,
like
yeah. Yeah. Well, and we don't know when he thought that. Right. Did he say at the end? I don't think so.
I think there was like once where he was like, I think I like more, have more feelings than I am like leading on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And they just decided to be friends with benefits is what they say, which it was, they were so like relationshipy though. Yeah. It didn't feel like,
like even when she was with her family, like clearly you're in a relationship. Her sister's like, that's your boyfriend.
Yeah. You're in love with him. And she's like, I'm literally not. Yeah. Like at that point, lying.
Like everybody sees.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
But how could you not just like fawn over him?
I literally, I loved him.
It's so funny that you
celery green eyes.
That you could be like so attracted to
a literal page,
a fictional character.
I know. I was mad too because I tried to look on Pinterest. I was like, I need a visual because I couldn't come up with him. I could only see his body, and it looks great, but I can't see a face. Like I can't figure out what his face looks like. Okay. Like I can see his eyes, but like I cannot. I need something to like put my stuff on, if that makes sense. And sometimes I can change it once I see a picture, but I haven't liked any of the pictures I've seen. So it pisses me off.
Not my Charlie.
Yeah. And I was it this book? Did she mention Captain America? Look, that he looked like Captain America. Did she say that? No, it must have been a different book.
I don't remember that.
Because then I was like, okay, does he look like, what's his name? What's Captain America? What's his like? But the guy, what's his name? You would know him. What else has he been in? I'm trying to think if he's been in a chick flick.
Who plays Captain America?
Well, that's gonna be.
I found 3. Dick Purcell, Matt Salinger,
Chris Evans.
and Chris Evans.
Chris Evans, yeah.
I know who Chris Evans is.
Yes, I knew you would. I was like, is it Chris Evans? Because he's like more blonde. I don't know what his eyes are. And he's jacked in Captain America at least. And I was like, no, not hashtag not my Charlie Florek. So I was like, I was very frustrated because I couldn't picture him.
Yeah.
Paint me a picture.
Of who I think?
Yes.
No. Because we always get in a fight over it.
Oh, does he look nothing like the description?
No, I think he does, but I don't even know like the person's name though.
You know him?
Like I have like a picture of my like
it's a real person?
Yeah, but I like couldn't tell you like the name. Like I don't like it.
Like has he been in something? Hope.
See, I'm not getting into this with you because if it doesn't, because again, you're gonna be like, not my Charlie.
That's fine.
Most of it, I feel like I saw his body though too.
Same girl, same.
Like,
you dirty dog.
And his personality. I'm telling you, the quick-witted confidence.
Damn.
Slay.
Slay.
What did they say? Raw.
Say that. Oh my gosh, I
want to reread this book. Like,
I know,
tonight.
like today.
Okay, here's a question for you.
Which one I like better?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me think this through.
Okay.
I'm high off of this book right now, but Every Summer After, love that story and like the childhood friends to lovers. This book is even better because of the background of Every Summer After. Mm-hmm. I just really, really liked this one.
There's not a lot of bullshit in it either.
Exactly. And I feel like there's more bullshit in Every Summer After.
Yeah.
But I just listened to it. I think I might still like Every Summer After better just because the childhood friends to lovers is probably my favorite trope.
Yeah.
So
Charlie puts up a good fight though.
Oh, I know. I don't know. They're just different, so they're equal. Thank you. They're equal. How about that?
Thank you and good night.
What about you?
I think I like different things about them more. Yeah, like the trope, the childhood friends to lovers.
Yeah.
I liked how like raw and like vulnerable Sam was.
Yeah.
With Percy.
Yeah, because Charlie was not.
No.
Like at all.
No.
Yeah.
So, and he said that, like, Sam is more serious. Mm-hmm. I'm like the Joker. The Joker. Yeah, so I liked that part of it. I loved Charlie's personality in this. So I feel like if you could like just mix them together and make them one big book.
If Charlie would have been the childhood friends to lovers.
Ooh.
Yeah. I love Sam. Okay.
Yeah.
I love him. And I love how honest he is. Because that's a lot of what I did like about Sam was his honesty. And he's just like, did you start your period yet?
That's
Shit
what
like
I was just thinking about too.
Like stuff like that. Like I loved that about Sam. But I would love to see, well, I like him and Alice. But let's do a fan fiction. And I want to see Charlie in place of Sam. But they still... Every Summer After still exists, everyone, and so does One Golden Summer. But Charlie there's a random chick. I don't know who.
I was gonna say Delilah, but no.
Who's Delilah? Oh,
friend.
not Delilah.
That's just the first thing that popped into my head.
I hated her. I did not like Delilah.
Yeah.
And
When they brought her back,
but I didn't even like her in this one. What did she say? She just
like, oh, you're gonna have to really get to know Charlie or like know how he is.
Yeah.
How is that encouraging?
It's not. Also, like, I feel like Delilah sucked. First of all, she bullied. Mm-hmm. That's the girl that wet herself, and she made Percy feel like an idiot, and she got everyone to bully Percy because she peed herself.
Yeah.
You pissed your pants, and somehow someone else is at fault.
Yeah.
imagine that. The audacity of her.
And then she tried to get with Charlie when she came.
She tried to get with Charlie and Sam, but she's like, don't get with Sam. She's like, okay, girl, I see you.
Yeah.
And then, whatever. I don't like Delilah very much. I don't feel like she had any redemption because I don't think she like ever apologized for bullying her. She literally cut up her friendship bracelet and like showed it so that she could see it.
Yeah, the only thing she did was like make her feel bad. She was like, I was telling you the truth about Sam and you like yelled at me and like didn't believe me. Yeah. And then Percy was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Like, which Percy did literally not talk to her friend for 10 years. Yeah. Because of that, which is fucking crazy. Yes, but she also wasn't a good friend. So
exactly. If she would have been a better friend, I bet she would have reached out.
Behind the lines, you could have been like, well, she sucks, so
I don't really like Delilah. Why is she her best friend? Percy's way cooler than Delilah. Yeah. Well, Sam's her best friend, actually.
Yeah. Literally. And now she has Alice as a friend, too.
Thank God. Alice is so much better than Delilah. Anyways, okay. Alice's journey. I was glad. Okay, did you read the author's note at the end?
No.
Okay. So she just talked about when she wrote Every Summer After, it was like, which this is interesting. She was like, that's more of an autobiography because she grew up, like she wrote that about like her life growing up. I don't think she had a childhood friends to lover situation, but like the setting and everything was like her life growing up. And then this one was like Alice was like her, I think is what she said. Now I'm not sure if that's true, so don't fact check me. Just go look at it yourself. But where was I going with this? Oh, she talked about how she talked about how she tried out a bunch of different like characters for Charlie. Like I'm assuming like in her writing and like in her mind or whatever. And she's like, when she settled on Alice, she wanted someone to have like as strong of like a, like she needed someone to be a perfect match for Charlie, obviously. Yeah. But like, I loved that to hear that she like tried out a bunch of different people, but then how it was just a very intentional journey that Alice took. And like, I just really liked her progress in this book. Like it was like night and day. And then especially after they like kind of broke up or whatever, like she went back to Toronto after the summer and then she was like not doing well. But then she was like, she kept telling herself, I'm okay. And then she started going, I will be okay. Yes. And like, she started doing things and she's like, I hate this fucking apartment. I'm going to get different chairs and I'm going to host parties here. And like, she started doing stuff for herself finally, which is what the summer taught her. Yes. And she taught her to be brave. And she told people like, I'm not. Oh, I loved that. She didn't send she didn't edit the pictures the way that lady wanted. She's like, I'm not doing that. Yeah. And she just sent her the regular ones because that's not what we agreed to. Yeah. And she told her, the Elise girl, I'm not doing it. And Elise was so proud of her.
Yes, when she backed out of the show.
Yes.
Yeah. And honestly, like Charlie helped start that in her too, like that. With her family. Because they were like, you have to do the show, we're coming, blah, blah, blah. Like talking all about it. Which I didn't necessarily think was like crazy bad of them. Like they were, I feel like trying to be like supportive of her and like happy for her. Yeah. But he literally came, grabbed the phone. He was like, this conversation is over and hung it up.
What do you
and
think,
I was
Charlie?
like,
I think this conversation is over.
Oh! Okay.
That was hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yes.
She just like gave her that confidence that like, no, you don't have to do anything that you don't want to do.
Yes. I also like don't quite understand. I understand her not wanting to tell Elise that she doesn't want to be in the show, but I don't understand her not wanting to tell her parents why she didn't want to be in the show. Yeah. Like there was nothing bad about it of her saying, I don't love the picture and I don't want that to be my representation. Because when she told everybody, they were like, oh, cool. Yeah. Like it was like, I understand telling Elise and like I don't think I'd have a problem with that, but someone who operates like Alice, that makes sense. You've agreed to do something and then you're like, actually, I'm not doing that. Yeah. But like telling your parents, like, just to get them off your back. I don't know. That was kind of interesting. Like why she just let everybody run over her, which that's her whole life. She just lets people do that. So it does make sense. But anyways. Yeah. I just really liked her journey. And then like her and Percy became friends because they go to the same pool or whatever. I loved that.
How about the grandma and John? So
Yes.
they keep, like, the grandma will mention John, and she's like, oh, it's been so long. And
Yeah.
Charlie would be like, yeah, he, like, really wants you to call him. And Alice is like, wait a minute, like, do you guys not
What's
talk?
going
Like, what
on?
happened?
Yeah.
Turns out, so it was two couples that were friends,
Yeah.
John and his wife, and then the grandma and her husband. And after both of their spouses had died, they were, like, hanging out and doing stuff together, and they kissed.
Yeah.
Which, like, it would have been, like, it was 11 years after the grandpa had died.
Yeah.
Like, there was plenty of time. Like,
I don't
nobody
know.
would have
Joyce
been mad.
had just died, I think, like a year before or 2 years before. I
Was
know.
it 3?
It was like, yeah.
I feel like it was, like, 3 years.
Yeah.
Which everyone grieves differently, whatever. But, like, I don't feel like anyone in this situation would have been mad, but it was just such a, like, what did we do? That, like, she completely went off on him and then,
Yeah.
like, never talked to him again.
I was kind of surprised with how she is, how
Yeah.
Nan is.
But that was her thing.
It was.
But even Charlie helped her work through
I
that
know.
too.
Oh my gosh.
And, like, they went with her, but, like, let her do her thing, dropped her off, like, were super supportive. Charlie and her
Yes.
relationship was cool. Like, he got her weed, he gave her scotch, like, gave her junk food, whatever.
He joined her choir.
Yeah.
Yes, he
joined the choir.
Their euchre team.
Yeah.
I loved like,
That also would be so hot if a guy is, like, doing all that with your family.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. You're literally like playing with my Nana. Great.
Game on.
Literally, she comes home and they're like high on the couch.
Yeah.
And she was mad. I'd be like, I literally love you right now.
But I feel like you'd also be mad and be like, hey, let me be a part too.
Yeah. Okay. When she came home and was so pissed off,
Yeah.
obviously, okay, weed is different, like scotch, but her doctor said she could have scotch, but she was like refusing, and she's literally infantilizing her grandma. And I was
Yeah.
like, that felt weird.
I think in a way she's just trying to take care of her.
She is,
And she is
totally.
like the perfect person, you know, so
Yes.
she wants everything how it should be.
For sure. I know. I was
get
just
it.
like, oh, she's 80, right?
Yeah.
Like literally,
Yeah.
if I want to drink scotch at 80 and someone tries to stop me, I'll fucking kill you. I don't like scotch at all, but if
But if you
get
want
a
to dabble,
scotch habit, this is me talking to you, Nora and Lincoln. If you're watching this and I'm 80, give me my scotch and my weed gummies. But like truly, if like you have gotten to the end of your life, you're 80,
do what you want.
there's only so much time left.
Have at
Do
it.
whatever the fuck you want. If I want to go bungee jumping and my head pops off, I don't think that's a thing. But still, I feel like it would for an old person. Do you remember seeing the video? Never Make Me a Coffee Again. I feel like I'm more energetic in this video though than I was in the last one. Our second video. I forgot. Well, actually, I think other videos will come out before this one.
Yeah.
But this is actually our second, the behind the scenes action for you. Did you see, this is just a quick side note.
Yeah.
The video of the grandma being an old lady, skydiving and the parachute breaks.
Why would I watch that?
Okay, I didn't go seek it out. It just popped up. This was years ago. But her like thing breaks, like her halter, her security thing breaks. And she is literally hanging on to the instructor for dear life. And she makes it.
What?
She was not strapped in when they are literally up in the air, miles above the earth or whatever it is. I don't know how far up you go.
Was he cute?
I don't know. He had a mask on. He had a helmet and his goggles. I have no idea. She is literally holding on for dear life. She makes it.
Is this one of those YouTube videos that popped up on the side?
I bet.
This is
the
full
sidebar.
circle.
The sidebar gets
Literally,
me every time.
She was like, we can't look at this. And then she's like, oh, Hannah Montana. Justin Bieber.
Okay, wait.
And then she's like, wait, Timothy Chalamet. I love this video. And she's like, it's not the time.
Are you proud of me?
Yeah.
That's a big deal for me.
Yeah.
That gets me every time. Okay. I had to click on Hannah Montana. If you know, it's the episode where Jake Ryan is having they're doing the show and she's like the zombie princess.
Yeah.
And then she's talking to him about Miley and she's like, oh my God. Yes, I know what that's like when someone likes you for you. I loved Jake Ryan. Did you love Jake Ryan?
Yes.
Who does she end up with?
Jake Ryan.
She does. Okay.
Because remember,
there's that Jesse guy.
Yeah, there's the whole episode where they're choosing. And
Yes,
in the end,
it's the
he's
last
in her
one, right?
house. No, it's not the
Oh,
last one, but
okay.
it's pretty close. He's like in her house and she like walks in and she's like, Jakey! And like jumps and tackles him. And that's how you know she picked him.
Don't remember that. I just remember it was a love triangle.
Yeah. Best show ever.
Should we rewatch the Hannah Montana movie? I was going to say the whole series,
Yeah.
but I'm not doing that. That's going to take me forever.
No, the movie will work.
Yeah, let's watch that.
Okay.
I've only seen that like twice, maybe.
I
you
got
believe that?
Mackenzie, my niece, into it. And so we watched it several times.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Has she seen the show then? Did she watch the
I
show?
think she started watching
Yes,
it on her little
Mac.
iPad. Yeah.
On her iPad.
Yeah.
How cute.
Yeah.
Seriously, we should do like a whole episode about like all of our Disney Channel stuff.
Yes, please.
And then all the Disney movies. Done. Anyways, grandma skydiving, but so grandma letting old people do whatever the hell they want to do.
Yeah.
Just let them.
Let him be.
If they say they want to, you should let them.
Yeah. And Charlie carried her out to the boat.
I got a PQ when he did that.
Oh my.
Are you kidding? Yeah.
Yeah. It's just so good. I was just giggly and giddy. Is that my fridge?
Oh, I think it is. Because it's a different noise. I've not
I
heard,
feel like I've never heard that.
not heard this one before.
Or it's the air.
No, because the air's gone on multiple times during this and it doesn't sound like that.
Anyway.
Anyway, that was She's the Man, but it was only one word, so it's okay if you didn't get that one.
Yeah.
Okay, also, talk about dangling a carrot this time.
Yeah.
They dangled it for so long.
Literally. Okay.
But
It's like the
I
first
loved it.
time something is happening and you think like,
went,
it's going to
It's like
happen.
20%.
I have both headphones in. I'm walking around my house. I'm doing laundry or something, but I am in this
I
book
am
and I'm
locked
like,
in.
okay, Charlie, like we have been working up to this.
Let's see
Here
what you
we
can
go.
do.
And in my headphones, it's like, call from Brooke. And I was like, are you kidding me?
She literally. She picks up the phone. Charlie announced where she's about to have sex. What do you want? It was amazing.
And your laugh, you did the wheeze laugh,
Yeah.
but the most I've ever heard.
It was the funniest way you could have ever answered the phone. It was amazing.
It was like right.
She yelled. It was awesome.
Right when like it was about they were about to touch and
Call from Brooke.
I was like, oh my gosh.
Amazing. I have perfect timing.
Yeah.
And then she goes, he fucking rejected her. Well, you didn't say that, but he rejected her
I think I said,
and it stopped or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
I forget what I said. It was funny, I'm sure. What? This was you.
I love you so much. Don't ever stop doing this with me. Okay, let me think.
About what?
The dark room.
The dark room. When
I'm
they
trying
can't?
to telepathically
I
tell
know,
you.
I'm
When they went into the dark room. Like the photo editing. The
yes.
photo
Sorry, I'm like
developing.
when they can't, like when at night, like
There's so many more things we didn't talk about. Okay. Dark room. Hot. because he got it for her anyways, and then they went in there.
Camping, hot.
Boathouse, hot.
Treehouse, hot.
And then, I don't know.
That flat rock, hot.
Yeah, but he went base by base. Yeah. Okay, sign me up. Yep. I loved that. Because he, I feel like, would normally just dump in feet first, or in his case, penis first. And and I loved it. I loved it.
But also, too.
Big fan. Okay, yeah.
He also had some serious moments, too. Like,
yeah, don't worry.
Like, he would, I don't know, like, they would be talking about whatever, and he'd be like, yeah, it was really hard, like, when my dad died. Like, and he would, like, open up.
You're right.
So he was an onion, too, himself.
Onions have layers.
He had some layers.
Ogres have layers.
Charlie is an ogre. No, not.
It all comes back to Shrek.
Yeah. Anyway.
Our book boyfriend said the same thing. I don't remember what book it was. Happy Place. They say it in that. And I said, Shrek. You should go watch them. If you like us, you'll like them. I'm high on life. I got that one edited and I'm high on life. Dude, the first, okay. Great Big Beautiful Life, as y'all probably know, was our first video podcast. That thing was a huge bitch to me. I mean, truly. I worked on that for hours on end, and I finally did it. I literally was jumping up and down this morning when I saw it. And I told Nora, she goes, I'm so proud of you, Mom. And then like 15 minutes later, she goes, Mom, you did it. I said, I did! Thank you, Nora!
Oh my gosh.
I'm like so proud. I did it.
You did do it.
But then that's the thing. I have to do it again.
Oh, wait, we have to do that again?
Oh, shit. Yeah. Oh. Truly. Let's get famous so I don't have to fucking touch a computer again. Truly.
We just need...
I know. Okay,
Who?
We're going to get famous. No one. I can't think of anyone.
Oh.
But this is what we're going to do. When we get famous, and I don't mean famous, I just mean that we can make some money from it.
Comfortable.
We're comfortable. We're going to get a third person that, first of all, knows computers and how this process works. Mm-hmm. Our personal assistant who, like, when we're talking about all of the different things we like to talk about, and like whenever we're like, oh, we should do that book, they'll write it down. We don't have to like remember that because we never do. All of our ideas we say, they're writing it down, putting it in a nice little thing for us. And they sit here while we're recording, and they also love books. And then they edit it for us and do all the clips for us and run everything. And all we have to do is read books and talk about them. And we make money. Mm-hmm. So
perfect.
Make it happen, everybody. Is there anything else we wanted to say about this book? I forgot about
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 recommend.
No complaints.
I really loved it.
Add that to the favorites.
This was like the perfect thing to kick off the summer with.
Yeah.
Perfect. Oh yeah, summer series.
Welcome to the summer series.
Welcome to the summer series. Yeah, so make our dreams come true by sharing this so that we can make money.
Liking, subscribing, commenting nice things, leaving nice reviews. 5 stars only. Our mental health cannot take it.
I was trying to copy you.
I could see you in it. I should have done more. Like,
yeah, do all those things.
I was gonna say our mental health cannot take it.
But really,
not funny.
Also, comment. You know what, Jess? We're looking at you, Jess S. Because I don't know if we should say last names.
Yeah,
S.
Jess S gets named. Like,
her last name starts with an S. That's why it sounds weird.
I feel
Jess
like
S. Sorry.
Jess is the current, like, unnamed biggest fan of our podcast because she comments on everything, sends us messages, tells us what she thinks.
She slides into our DMs like every single time she listens, and she has all the thoughts. Love it. Thanks, Jess.
Thank you, Jess.
We love you so much, and everyone that listens should be more like Jess. And thank you for your time. Thanks for watching us, because we're on a video podcast now. We're too far away. Okay. Love you. Bye.
Bye.